Hi loves! Welcome to the Sage Centaurus YouTube channel. This is my very first pick a pile reading. I hope to be putting up plenty more of these for you guys so that you can get some clarity and advice on comfort on your questions or anything that comes up. Maybe this will come up randomly as you're scrolling or in your feed, so hopefully we can get some answers for you. The topic of the reading today is what spirit needs to tell you right now. I feel pretty compelled to just do a random reading here, kind of without a topic. So this could be related to anything, like in general, love, career, friendship, anything at all. So we will see what spirit has to say. So for those of you who are new to pick a pile readings or pick a card readings, these are the three piles you can choose from. Pick whichever one you're most drawn to. You can pick based on the crystals. We have a rose quartz here. We have a blue Aragonite here and an amethyst. Or you can just pick based on the deck, whatever you want to do, but feel free to pause the video and pick your pile. And then you can go down into the comments or the description to see the timestamp for your pile, and then go ahead and click to go straight there, and we'll get the reading started. Hi pile one, welcome to your reading. We have you actually chose the rose quartz palm stone and the Mars Power tarot deck, which is one of my new faves. I'm super drawn to it. So really quick, I picked out a few oracle cards here, and by picked out I mean I shuffled and they fell out of the decks. To see if we can pick up on your energy now so that you can see if this reading will resonate for you. So let's go ahead and take a look at the energy here. So we have the World. I'm gonna put this over here. Quiet Desperation. The Bull, Dedication, Descendant, and Crystalline Spirit. This reads, you are creation itself. You can reach anyone at any time with your pure source light without taking any residual energy on. It's really hard to read. But that is what it says. Okay, so let's get into that really quick, and then I will go ahead and pull the tarot cards for you to see what the message is. But let's see if this resonates with you first. So right off the bat, I feel like this really strong energy. Maybe you are like a fire sign or an air sign, because I'm feeling like more of a masculine energy with the Bull. Dedication, so you might be a dedicated person. You might be also an earth sign too, because earth is very dedicated and very focused, nose to the grindstone, eye on the prize. But right off the bat, I get that you're a dedicated person. You take things more seriously than the average person, maybe. You take pride in your work. You feel really connected to the projects that you take on. Maybe you don't, like, you're less of a spur of the moment person, although that might be for everybody, but I just see you as more of like a steady, kind of focused, results-driven person, perhaps, based on that Bull energy. And it looks like with the World here, you know, maybe you've gone through a completion of a chapter and you're like in the process of leveling up. I think of the World, and I'm relating this to like the World in the tarot. although that is an oracle card, but it's connected with the world and the tarot, and it's, you know, you're leveling up. You're going on to a, I don't even want to say like a new chapter. It's almost like an entirely new book, new story, you know, with a new cast of characters and new scenes, new conversations, new experiences. So recently you've completed a chapter. The universe has, you know, given you congratulations, you beat the level. If you're thinking about like maybe playing a video game or something, but you know, you completed a level and you're about to level up and go into something new where you may feel like you have to get your sea legs, like maybe something you're not so familiar with. But I mean, you have all the tools and skills to accomplish what's coming your way. That's why the universe has given that to you, that level up to you. It's just all going to feel really new, and you just have to learn how to fall into a groove and continue to hone those skills that you've continued to develop, you know, through all chapters and all the different levels that you've gone through in your life thus far. So some new experiences are coming your way, but I see a recent level up here. Let's see, quiet desperation. It looks like though we might be in this like limbo point between the end of that level and then the beginning of the level up. So, and without the Hanged Man being here, I'm feeling like that's the energy that's coming through. The Hanged Man is about kind of being quiet and getting a new perspective and observing and being more receptive and being in non-effort and non-action. So quiet desperation, I feel like you're just waiting for the next sign to like get the energy flowing, get things going, and you're like, okay, when's the information gonna come in? When can we get started? I'm ready to go. Like you have this like, you are like this bull, you're like let's do this, like I'm ready to move, but the energy might just be a little still right now, and that might be bugging you a bit. But you know, that's okay. Obviously we have to be in our feels, but just try to maybe embrace it at this time. It's like that for a reason. Crystalline spirit. Okay, you can reach anyone at any time with your pure source light without taking any residual energy on. You are creation itself. So perhaps you're maybe feeling like this level up is relating to like something you've kind of created and manifested. Perhaps like you're going off on your own to start a new business, or maybe it's like a creative endeavor. It's something where, you know, you can kind of use your intuition, and maybe it's not always using your intuition in a way that's like, you know, reading tarot cards or, you know, doing Reiki or whatever, but maybe it's using your intuition to make really smart business decisions, to be really intuitive and perceptive in that manner. But whatever it is, you found a way to kind of connect in that gives you a little bit of a leg up, or you know, a little bit of a niche, and something that makes you like super talented at what you're doing. And this level up has everything to do with that. I mean, that's why you have you're manifesting this new opportunity. You've created it, you've manifested it, and it's allowing you to continue to create and to continue to manifest at a higher level. And descendant. So the descendant is in the 7th house in an astrology chart, and that's a house of partnerships and relationships. So when somebody hits it's opposite of, you know, who you are, you know, as you present yourself to the world as an individual, which would be the ascendant. So the descendant is exactly opposite on that axis. And it's in the house of partnerships and how we relate to other people. So perhaps there is this energy here, and maybe it's something that you have to clear. I just got that little download there, but maybe that applies to you, maybe not. Maybe some people in this reading apply to you, but perhaps there's some energy you have to clear related to like relationships and maybe waiting on other people to do things. Maybe this is a call, you know, to either, it could go either way. It could either be a call for you to be less independent, and I feel like this bull energy is like super independent, right? Because this bull is like a total go-getter. So I feel like maybe more with this quiet desperation and the descendant here, maybe this level up is bringing you into relating closer to others and maybe teamwork or learning to lean on others for help. This quiet desperation card, I keep getting like these flash images of, and this looks like the ghost is like waiting for like his or her date to call him after like the last, you know, date, and it's like, okay, when are we going on the next date? That's just the vibe I get from that card. But it looks like learning how to relate to others, you know, in a way that isn't like needing stuff right away, needing information and answers right away. So like learning to flow with the flow of others and how they flow. And that would make sense with the descendant card here too. So instead of feeling like this quiet desperation, you're like, oh, okay, well, you know, maybe they're busy, like I'll just go do something else right now. And it's like learning how to relate maybe with others and you know, not take, you know, say they take longer to call you back or whatever, and that's just who they are. It's not anything to do with you, and just learning to take that with a grain of salt and move on instead of maybe take it personally. So I see like maybe we're going from in this level up, like we've bulldozed and been independent to get to where we are today to create things, and now we're stepping into a world of learning to rely upon or depend on other people in a healthy way. Okay, so let's move into your tarot cards. I hope that none of these are off camera. I just make sure. Okay, good. Okay, I am going to pull, let's see, let's do 4 and then I'll do 4 clarifiers. And I'll shuffle on camera here. So Spirit, what does pile 1 need to know right now? What's the messages for pile 1? Ten of Swords reversed. That's too many. I feel like this one wants to stay out. Stick with Ace of Wands. All right. Spirit, what does pile 1 need to know right now about what's going on? What's the message for pile 1? Seven of Wands. It was like that. So 7 of Swords upright. 7 of Wands is upright. The Sun reverse is the clarifier for the 10 of Swords. So we need a clarifier. Magician reversed for the Ace of Wands. Queen of Cups for the clarifier for the Seven of Wands. And Seven of Pentacles reversed. So 3 sevens here. I feel like we need to move these up a little. Okay. Let's get into this, and then I can pull some advice cards too. All right. Oh, bottom of the deck energy, Wheel of Fortune. So that's good. That's good news. Okay. So I feel like perhaps maybe recently you've been going through a little bit of anxiety, but it looks like and it's like that like the universe is trying to get that chapter to close. Whatever you're anxious about, perhaps it's like self-defeating thoughts. Perhaps it's like imposter syndrome, or believing that, you know, it's kind of like just talking down to yourself. The sword, Ten of Swords, I'm looking at Ten of Swords. That's like, swords are all about thoughts and speaking and mentality and intellect and where your head's at. And the 10 is the top, and a lot of swords equals a lot of painful painful stabs. So you know, it's like cutting yourself up with your thoughts, and to the point of where you're like completely exhausted. Now perhaps it's like this anxiety is related to this like limbo I was picking up on, but let's see what else is in here. But I'm seeing that the we need to like let go of whatever is like lingering or remaining, because it's keeping you from getting into the next chapter. Like, you're in this limbo period of processing, and there's just like a couple last little things that need to be shed in order to move on to the next level. I just noticed there's 2 rainbows here. So, you know, I feel like once we do that processing, once we make that shift, once we like kind of clean up all that, you know, like negative self-talk, negative self-beliefs, anxieties, maybe about things you can't control, or anxiety about maybe of like what other people will think of you, you know, or just like your own level of confidence. Once that's shed, then the sun will come out and we'll have all this clarity, and we will see everything, and we will be able to move on into the next chapter. Not even chapter, like I said, like a whole new book, a whole new cast of characters and experiences is coming up for you, but we just have to move out of this little piece of anxiety first. Let's see. We have the Ace of Wands upright and clarified by the Magician. So, you know, I love the Ace of Wands because wands are about passion and fire, and getting lit up from within. Almost sometimes thinking about maybe like a light bulb turning on. There's like clarity, there's heat, there's warmth, there's, you know, that fire starts burning inside to get you up and moving and excited about new things to come. But I feel like maybe we feel a bit stuck right now. It's like, it's making me think that the energy is kind of like this instead of like on the up and up. So it's like coming up and it's like, oh yeah, we're going there. And it's like, oh shit, well, wait, there's like a lull. And it's like, it's kind of like not having this consistent stream of energy. I mean, you have the excitement, right? And that's what's frustrating, because you want to like push it out into the world. and create and move towards, you know, the next big thing you have planned. But I just feel like maybe you're feeling a little bit blocked right now from that. Maybe you feel like the universe is playing a big joke on you or testing you in a way. And I mean, I wouldn't worry about it like that, but or think of it in that way, but I just think it has something to do with something, and maybe it's some shadow work that just has to be done to clear out some thoughts that are holding you back a little bit. We need to be in full confidence mode here in order to proceed. So we have to get these upright. We have to at least get the sun upright. The Ten of Swords can beat it. We don't want to see that card, but it's there. It's telling us some important information right now. Okay, moving forward, we have the Seven of Wands clarified by the Queen of Cups. So I see here that there's this energy of almost feeling like, I don't want to use the word defensive, but like protective of what you have created thus far, and just kind of like feeling like, you know, come at me, bro. Like, you know, like what you have, you definitely do believe in it, and you're very proud of what you've created thus far in life, and the work you're doing. Like, you know, you're doing good work, but maybe perhaps you feel like people might have some bad intentions. Maybe there's some negativity out there that's keeping you from moving forward. So you're like on this like on guard mode, protecting what you have, you know, manifested thus far. And I feel like maybe it's because you might be maybe a little bit, and I don't want to say too emotional, but you're like, because we have the Queen of Cups here, and she's all about emotions and healthy emotions and being emotionally available and looking inward. She's very nurturing and very creative. So actually I'm getting that like creative, like not creative, but like, well, it is a creative card, but I'm getting that like you know, I don't want to say protective mom energy, because that to me would be more of like a Queen of Wands, but for whatever reason I'm getting that from this. And it's like, you know, you're feeling like really like emotionally tied to what you have brought to life thus far. You look at it like it's like your baby, or like this work that you've been doing is just really, really important to you. And that makes sense with dedication here. You've poured your energy into it, you love it, you've nurtured it, you really care for it, you want to protect it. So I definitely get this like protective vibe. And I feel like you've got your like all your spidey senses like turned on to see if any like nefarious energies are like kind of impeding progress, or maybe you're just kind of looking around like waiting to pick up some vibes just to make sure that there's nothing like sitting around or like ready to come at you, or like people, or like, you know, people talking negatively about you or something like that, or about what you're doing. Like, you're just kind of like in this protective mode. You're like, come at me, bro, like whatever. I believe in what I've done, and I'm not going to put up with like any BS from anybody. Nobody's going to stop me from getting where I need to go. And there's that confidence there that, you know, that we love to see and that we need. We just need to like, you know, I feel like maybe that negativity might be coming from within, from somewhere. Maybe there's something inside of you where it's like you're just really worried about being able to really execute on this next chapter. And I think that worry is like maybe causing things to slow down, and that's what's hindering you here. Not hindering you, but holding you back in a sense, into where this, in a way that this energy can't really flow freely. There's like, it's choppy. It feels choppy. And then we have the Seven of Swords and clarified by the Seven of Pentacles reversed. And there's this like impatience here. But there's information that we need to uncover, and I feel like it has to do with shadow work. So I'm looking at the Seven of Swords. It's not as somebody being deceptive to you, but as you deceiving yourself. So there's something I think that we're afraid to look at. Pile one, inside. Maybe face yourself, really call yourself out about, fears about executing, and really trusting in the universe to kind of support you and have your back. I know maybe this might just be like a really, really big, huge, scary change, huge journey for you. It means a lot. With the Wheel of Fortune here on the back of the deck, I do see it as like something brand new that's like your luck is changing. So I don't think that we need to worry about, executing. I think that with the Wheel of Fortune up right here, that foretells really good luck coming, and things kind of going really well. So I don't think that we need to worry about it. And I think that we need to confront aspects of ourselves, where we're not being completely honest with ourselves, where we're, maybe pulling upon, some negative information that might be sitting in the shadows within the subconscious, that might just be like kind of slowing us down and like causing us to question ourselves. I feel like this is just telling me that there's some impatience and like maybe perhaps an unwillingness to kind of not an unwillingness, but more of a reluctance to like look within to see what else can be cleaned up out of the shadows to kind of clear space for the rest of the stuff to manifest and come in, if that makes sense. So with that, let's go ahead and get some advice from Spirit. Spirit, what's some advice to move through this energy and free it up so that it flows freely and we feel confident? Pile one. When I say we, I mean pile one. That wants to come out. This deck is literally like so literal. She just comes right out and says it. Okay. Any more advice, Spirit? How do we clear space? It's not a competition. Let's see what else. Release. Okay. So I definitely feel like, I mean, these two cards are screaming that we need to make a little bit more space for this big manifestation to come through, this big level up, this big change. Like, we've completed the last chapter and we're sitting in limbo until we can clear out a little bit more dead weight to go into the new chapter. I keep saying chapter, but it's literally like a new level, like a new book. So we need to make space, you need to clear stuff out, and it's not competition. So I feel like this is touching on impatience too. And perhaps maybe the reason that we have this anxiety kind of lingering around that we can't shake is because maybe we're looking around at what others are doing too much. And maybe we need to just bring the focus back within, right? Because you're not competing with anybody if you're following on your path. That's your path. That's nobody else's path. And you have to, in order to know what to do next on your path, you have to go within and connect. Obviously, once in a while you can go and look around and see what other people are doing just to kind of maybe get a little bit of inspiration here and there. And that's totally cool and totally fine. But when it comes to like serious business about what to do next in your life and on your path and in, say, your business or in your projects, you have to go within and figure out what you want to do. You're not, again, you're not competing with anybody else when you're on your path. So it's not a competition. Maybe we need to bring the focus back within. And I feel like if we're making it a competition, if you feel like maybe you might have been doing that subconsciously or maybe even consciously, that might be giving you more anxiety than you need right now. And that will trip you up when you're going into this big chapter, because this big, I keep calling it a chapter, oh my God, this big next level up, because you have to be in full confidence here. And if you're not, Spirit's gonna say you can't pass go. Like you have to be like, I don't want to say balls to the walls, but you have to be like, oh my God, we're doing this, and I fully believe in myself, and I can do this, and I don't care what the hell anybody else is doing. What I'm doing is great, and you know, those people that I need around me will be drawn to me, and I fully trust that. Like, we need to get into that mentality. So stop looking around, stop feeling like the push to like follow, if you've been feeling like a push to follow trends or to kind of do things in a way that might not resonate for you, take that as a sign as you're dipping into this competitive mentality, this competition energy, and just try to pull back and look inside and be like, why am I doing that? Why do I want to compete with others? Like, why does it matter? Why do I have to feel like I, you know, have to be like them or as good as them? Because it's like, when there's like that competitive energy, it's like, to me, it's like a zero-sum game, and you're like setting yourself, like mentally, like you're setting yourself next to them, and you're like, okay, they're better at this XYZ, and I'm good at ABC, or like you're just doing this evaluation. It's a comparison, but there shouldn't even be a comparison. There is no comparison. So that comparison is causing you to get into like an anxious mindset and to feel less prepared and less confident in the journey ahead, and we need to like shed that. So I definitely feel like that is the advice from Spirit here. Okay, you guys, so I hope this was helpful. I'm gonna leave your reading here. I would love your feedback in the comments. If you like the video, that would, please hit the like button, hit subscribe. That would be amazing. I would love to have you as part of my channel so that you can get new videos as they come out. And then if you'd like to schedule a reading too, I do private readings as well, so information will be down below in the description as well. So thank you for joining me tonight, or today, or whatever time of day it is where this message found you. But enjoy the rest of your week, and I hope you guys can work through this. I'm wishing all the best for you. Good night. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. So you guys picked the blue Aragonite, little palm stone. Nice happy little blue color. Let's put that over here. And you picked the mushroom tarot. So first, let's take a look at some oracles that I pulled, just to make sure that this reading will resonate with you. Hopefully this picks up on your energy and it fits for you. If not, maybe try another pile, or maybe there's no message here for you. So let's dive in and take a look. So first we have the Star. Then we have the Lion. We have Diamond Sun Body. You have a gift that no other can offer. You are unique and have your part to play in the creation of our new earth. Broke is the beginning. And Waxing Gibbous. Okay, So let's see, Lion, bravery. This is obviously screaming Leo energy, but you don't have to be a Leo. You tend to be more of a courageous person. Like, perhaps maybe you don't have a filter, or, you're just not afraid of a challenge. Maybe you seek challenge, you seek change. You're somebody that, maybe likes to be a first mover on things, do things first before anybody else does. Just get like a lot of fire from that card. So perhaps you're a fire sign, or you have a lot of fire placements. But you're definitely a go-getter. You're not afraid of hearing no. And you also like, perhaps maybe, because with Leo, obviously you have confidence and bravery, but you also have like this regalness about you. And perhaps you do enjoy attention from others, or just being, praised for your bravery, or having it noted. That may not be for everybody, maybe just a few. There's nothing wrong with that either, in case anybody was thinking that. I just see you as like a really strong person, like healthy ego, healthy identity, just kind of really not afraid to get out there and kind of conquer the world, and go out and ask for what you need and for what you want, and watch things come together and make things happen. You're definitely a person that likes to make things happen. And with the star here, it looks like you've recently maybe have been nudged by the universe to go down a certain path, or to start a new path, or to realign with your original path towards your highest good. The star, for me, at least in the major arcana and tarot, signals, kind of the universe shining down to let you know. It's like your North Star to let you know, hey, this is the way to go, and this is how you get towards your highest good. So perhaps you've maybe felt like an alignment with that coming up, or maybe something has inspired you to kind of chase down a new path or a new journey that has come up for you. And then with the Diamond Sun body, you have a gift that no other can offer. You are unique and have your part to play in the creation of the new earth. So perhaps, you have maybe felt a calling towards something that aligns with you more. Maybe you're thinking about leaving a job and starting, a new career, maybe starting your own business, or perhaps maybe you're thinking about having children, or you're thinking about starting something new that maybe you've never done before, and it maybe is something that feels more spiritual to you, and it feels like it has a higher vibration. It's raising your vibration. It's something that like kind of gets you excited, like deep down inside. It's like you feel it in your heart. You're like, this is my new path. This is what I must pursue. And it's like something you're just really drawn to. So I feel like maybe that's what's going on right now with you. Broke is just the beginning. And that is true for any new beginning, or most new beginnings, actually, not any, but most. When we first start things, sometimes we are super green and we don't make all the best decisions, and that's totally fine, right? Because we learn and grow through that, and we learn how to be masters of our crafts that way. And with you being brave and courageous, maybe you're like, oh, like the type of person, and I can be like this, like, oh, I don't need to plan so much because I can handle whatever comes my way. And that's fine. That's a fine mentality to have. It's just be prepared for you know, challenges to come up and fighting through them and facing them and learning and growing from them. I mean, I feel like, you know, there are certain types of people that like to learn that way. There's other types of people that want to be fully prepared before they take the first step. But with the bravery card and the lion, I feel like maybe you kind of roll the dice a little bit here and there. So maybe this is a new journey where you kind of really don't know too much about the path ahead. Maybe you have like an idea, or you have like, you're drawn to do something, but you just maybe there is so much information for you to uncover, and you'll get there. But you know, broke is the beginning. Obviously, you know, things might feel a little you know, like obviously you're not going to have success from day one when you plant the seed. You have to wait for flowers to bloom. So there's like an investment here. And there's like an element of patience coming through. I'm feeling like very Seven of Pentacles energy with broke as the beginning. So, you know, it's something that is maybe going to call you to slow down a bit and to just kind of take your time and feel it out, and learn as you go, and grow as you go, and just have patience for like this like full unveiling of all that is to come, because the universe, it looks like the universe is promising you something big. And here with the waxing gibbous, so the waxing gibbous is the you know, time when the moon is almost full, and it's like any manifesting or intentions you set in the new moon, like this is that like final push to like get things to get things going and get things to come to life. So it's like perhaps you're feeling like this push inside, like maybe this push has recently become even stronger, or this pull has become even stronger for you to kind of start off on this journey and to really get the energy in movement here. You know, this looks like a brand new beginning for you coming up, and a really exciting one, a more spiritual one that will maybe raise your vibration a bit, and you know, help you develop some spiritual gifts. We all have the ability to you know, we all have like a psychic ability, and you know, this may be a path where you can kind of enhance that a little bit, or a lot. It looks like it's definitely something that kind of aligns with, you know, the energy of the collective, you know, growing or glowing up as a whole. So it's something to do with that. So you're drawn to something that's going to kind of serve that purpose. So let's jump into your tarot cards. I am going to move these over. All right, and I'll go ahead and shuffle these on camera. Great, I just messed this up. Perfectionism is real. All right, so this is the Mushroom Tarot. I'll go ahead and shuffle. Let's see what cards we get. I'm going to get 4. That is the goal. So Spirit, what are the messages for pile 2? You have 2 here, 7 of Wands, and Queen of Pentacles. Temperance. Three of Wands. We got a lot of fire energy here, even with Temperance, it's Sagittarius. And then we've got some Earth. Okay. And Spirit, can I have a clarifier for 7 of Wands? and the star. We've got the star twice. Okay. Clarifier for Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Swords. Sorry, my dog is like snoring in the background. Clarifier for Temperance, the World. Wow. Okay, we got Four of Cups as a clarifier for the Three of Wands. This also fell out, the King of Swords, so I'm just going to set that here. And the bottom of the deck, the Devil. Wow. All right. Okay, so let's see what else we've got. The Ace of Cups. All right, so Seven of Wands, clarified by the Star. So Seven of Wands, like, this guy looks really defensive, right? Like, he's like, come at me, let's do this. You know, it can be defensive. It can also be like protective. You know, you never know if that bug there is protecting, you know, his family back there, or protecting an idea or something he's made or created. Typically, the Seven of Wands is about defense, being, I don't want to say defensive, but it can be defensive, or being in defense mode, or defending or protecting something. And clarified by the Star, like, I feel like there perhaps this like pull towards you know, something new, something that's pulling you, maybe like a spiritual pull. Especially feels spiritual with the Star here, and it's here twice. I feel like perhaps maybe it is not something that is something you've done like in the past, and it's like a little bit different. It's more not esoteric, but more like obviously spiritual. Maybe it's something that friends and family might not, you know too much about or feel too comfortable with. And that's just them. I wouldn't even, you know, take that to heart or mind. But it's something that you feel like maybe you have to be on defense about, or like have your guard up, because it's just a little bit different than what has normally been a path you pursued. And maybe just the current people in your life, it might be, you know, a little bit, it may take them some time to kind of warm up to the idea, which it doesn't matter anyway, right? Because it's your path. But maybe you just feel like, oh, how am I going to pursue this? How am I going to get support from other people? And it's like, they're going to be asking me questions. I'm going to defend myself. That's the kind of energy that I'm picking up here. It's like there's like a little bit of a worry or concern about, you know, maybe people coming at you who just don't truly understand what it is you're doing, and maybe it's just a misguided energy that's like maybe disapproving, or like curious but not like super supportive. So let's move forward and come back to that maybe. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles with the Nine of Swords. So there is like a little bit of anxiety about this as well here. And it's about like, how do I like find stability and make money doing this, or going off on this new path? how am I going to find balance between like work life, how am I going to feel secure and stable and cared for and nurtured? Like, how am I going to take care of myself? The Queen of Pentacles is earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, but she's also the elements of earth and water. So, it's typically the energy of earth, but like reflected inward. And so it'd be like self-care, balance, nurturing, and growth and stability, feeling like you can land on your own 2 feet every single time like you're knocked off balance. And just like really feeling confident and sturdy in who you are and what you're capable of, and knowing that you'll always find a way to, like I said earlier, land on your feet or bounce back. So there's like a little bit of anxiety, and I think it's just because this is so new or just so different, maybe from what you have been doing in the past, and you're like, man, how do you support yourself doing this? And I just see that might be a little bit of a concern. Also, too, there might be a concern from other people, like, oh, how are you gonna, like, other people might be like also squawking in your ear, like, how are you gonna make money doing this? And this is not the traditional way to make money or do things, and it doesn't seem like the best use of your time. Like, I feel like people might be like squawking in your ear about that, creating some anxiety for you about surrounding this, and that's causing also this kind of defensive energy here too. But try not to listen to them because you are in your path. Defend your path, that's good. So, but I do see that as kind of like something that's on your mind. And here we're called to balance because this is a big level up. And it's actually a level up that's going to bring you a lot of spiritual healing and balance. The world talks about like an entire level coming to a completion. And I don't know why. I always think about video games. I'm not that young. I'm 36. But when I was younger, I played like Super Nintendo and Nintendo and all that fun stuff, and Sega. But like, I always think about video games when I think about the world or some tarot cards. But like the world is like, you just kind of beat a whole level and you're going into the next level. And in that level, like, there's going to be new scenery, new cast of characters, new people, new experiences, and you're leveling up because you've accomplished, you've honed all the skills, that you've been like cultivating and honing your entire life, through various levels. And it's that skill set that continues to be refined. So you've refined it as much as you can in a current level, and you're about to go into the next new level where you're going to have all these new experiences and new ways to further hone and refine the skill set that you've been building up until this point, and perhaps even gain some new skills. So it's giving you an opportunity for some major growth, some major new experiences, and some healing. When you see Temperance, your guides are around. So this is definitely a spiritual journey. Your guides are here to support you. They're like, yes, do this. This is great. This is where we need to go. They have you have their support. You can call out to them around you, if and when you need them. And, they will help you, find the balance that you need. Whenever I feel like imbalanced, I always ask my guides to like show me love or, help me find balance. And one way or another, they speak to me through like changing the speed at which things happen. Like if the energy has been really frantic for me and then I ask for their assistance, I'll wake up and it's like I'm driving to work and it's like randomly there's no traffic on the road and I feel really relaxed, and I'm like, okay, they're showing me the energy that I need to be in because that makes me feel good, right? It makes me feel whole and like not frantic and frazzled. And so my guides speak to me that way, can speak to me, and your guides can speak to you in various different ways, but they'll speak to you in a way that you'll hear them as long as you're receptive. So anyway, I see guides are around. They are shepherding you into this new level that is coming, and it's like on your path, you guys. You have the star here twice. Like, you are definitely going on a beautiful spiritual journey here, and who cares what other people think about it? Like, try not to let them bother you. Just like, whatever. Because, and I feel like as part of the process too, you will come to just like that energy, or like giving people space in your, giving people a place in your space, with that, to like have that kind of energy will just like fall away. All of a sudden you're just going to be like, I don't want that in my space. Have what you want to say, but I don't want it in my space, but thank you so much. And you'll just kind of move away from it instead of like listening to it and letting it foster anxiety within you, if that makes any sense. So moving forward, we have the Three of Wands. So maybe finally also like getting flashes and visions of how this is all going to unfold. Maybe you can start to see things coming together, and feeling like anything else that comes along is just not something you're interested in. It's like, I see my vision, and anything else you're telling me to do or wanting me to do or offering to me is like, no, like this is it. Like, you just feel maybe like locked in and connected with this new path coming up, and that's really good to see. Like, nothing can distract you or sway you. You're just kind of like, no, nothing else is going to cut the mustard right now. Which is cool to see that commitment there. That gives me the energy of commitment and like investment for sure. Let's see. So we have the King of Swords here too. And, that's just kind of like, that also fell out of the deck. So it's just an extra card here. But, the King of Swords would represent air, the element of air. So Libra, I'm drawing a blank, why? Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. And, it's about kind of, the king is like an outward expression of that energy, and it's just kind of being stoic and calm and kind of thinking, he's not really in his feels. And I don't want to tell you to not be in your feels, but maybe right now logic is needed, instead of maybe having like an emotional reaction to what other people are saying, because it's causing anxiety and causing us to feel like we need to like be on guard. Like, just take a logical approach and just say, this is how I feel, this is where I'm going, and it is what it is. I love that phrase, it is what it is, because it just kind of like conveys the notion that we're never in control of anything. And I mean, it is what it is. Like, just deal with it and move on. Like, don't take it personally, don't cry about it. Like, yeah, it sucks, okay, be in your feelings. It's okay to feel like it sucks and cry, and but let's focus on moving forward and not staying in this energy of feeling stuck or like having an emotional reaction. It's important to have your emotions, but it's also equally important to find a way to move forward. So I find that phrase, it is what it is, definitely helps with that. So that might be a significant phrase for you to hear right now. But the King of Swords is just asking for us to kind of be more stoic and less emotional about things that are going on. Just kind of feel confident and calm, and just process information as it comes in. I feel like his brain, and it could be male female energy, but it's typically like a male energy here, but with the king, but it could represent a male or female person, but in masculine form here. So anyway, I'm rambling. But you know, I feel like his brain is like a computer, and it's just kind of constantly crunching numbers to figure out what's the most rational and efficient approach to things. And so not getting caught up in emotions would definitely be the most efficient way to move forward on the path, and just kind of keep that mental clarity going. You know, sometimes being too emotional, and I hate saying being too emotional, because I don't want anyone to ever feel like they're too anything. It's not for me to say that or decide that, but you know, but kind of just being in your emotions more often than not can cloud the mindset and judgment a little bit. So he wants to have a clear mindset and clear judgment. So, you know, maybe that's just Spirit's message saying, you know, try to stay, you know, as clear as you can right now. Connect with your guides, be receptive, you know, where you need to be. I don't really see a lot of like exerting effort here at the moment. I mean, we do have these Wands cards here, but the rest just kind of, to me, feels a little bit more receptive and flowy. So, so that's what I'm going to tell you. Be receptive and flow, and just kind of take the information in and process it, and really start to build upon the vision of what's coming, because there are some good things coming for you, pile 2. Okay, so with that being said, let's get a few advice cards and how we want to move forward here. So let's see. What do we have Spirit's advice for pile 2? Doesn't have to be perfect. Celebrate little things. Notice subtleties. You already are. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, I don't see a whole lot of effort being called for right now, because I feel like it's just something you just kind of flow into. Bottom of the deck, begin again. Definitely a new journey coming. Okay, so it doesn't have to be perfect, and that brings me to the Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. Like, so sometimes the Queen of Pentacles can appear to be perfect. Like, she has it all together. You know, like her family is well taken care of. You know, she's a boss in the boardroom. She knows how to manage money, and she always seems to land on her feet. You know, she would be like the ultimate, you know, single mom. Like she would just seem to still like have everything like perfectly done, and you know, kids impeccably dressed, and you know, dinner on the table every night. Like, she just seems like this like perfection, but it's because she knows how to balance things, and she's I don't think that she's necessarily a perfectionist. It's just like how she flows. Like, that's just how she naturally flows, is for that balance there in all things material, and regarding family. So, you know, perhaps there's like this idea in your head of like, how do I make money, or, you know, how do I do this right, or, you know, worrying about perfection and making sure that everything kind of is planned out and, you know, clear enough for you to execute and to jump into. Maybe perhaps, well, I said before that maybe you're not too much of a planner here with the bravery, but you could be. So, you know, maybe you're just kind of feeling like you want things to be perfect, you want things to look perfect, and you want to do this perfectly, however you get there. And maybe there's like a little bit of anxiety here because it's like new to you, and you just you're like want to have this confidence, like I'm gonna win this, I'm gonna beat this, and I don't think that we need to have that energy here. I feel like maybe this is just something completely different from what you've been doing in the past, because this just seems to be more of like a flowy energy, where in the past maybe you're used to like directing energy outward and you know, not conquering, but you know, having more like divine masculine emperor type of energy, and this just to me feels a little bit more receptive. So it doesn't have to be perfect, right? Because it's your path, and wherever you are at, you know, any point in time is the right place at the right time. So just kind of try to remember that. And it doesn't have to be perfect too, because like this idea of perfection to me introduces the thoughts of others and worrying about what others think about what you've done or created. And because it's like, do you think it's perfect? Like, do you even think about it being perfect? Unless like you think about, like, I feel like thinking about what others think always kind of goes hand in hand with the idea of perfection. But I guess maybe not all the time, because here I am organizing these cards just because I want them organized and perfect. And not because, you know, you're looking at them, but just because it makes me feel better about it. But so maybe that's just a little nod there that maybe it could stem from within and wanting to like tick and tie certain things that also might come from without and thinking about what others think about what you're doing. So just be mindful about that, and just try to remind yourself when you feel like some anxiety about wanting this perfection and worrying about how it's all going to kind of look and come together in the end, and whether or not you're going to be able to land on your feet. Don't worry about it. I think you will be able to. Celebrate the little things. So I feel, and look at these triangles. Upright triangle represents fire energy. This is a inverse triangle, that would be water. Anyway, so celebrate little things. I feel like the energy right now is all like subtle, a bunch of subtle movements, and you really have to be receptive to catch them and to really notice changes and differences as they come along. So celebrate the little things. Like every time you notice like a little change happening, like take note of it, acknowledge it, write it down. Like let that be your like validation and your affirmation to move forward. You know, get out of your head and maybe kind of tune out people that are talking, you know, to you about what you should or should not be doing. Those are their opinions, and they're based on their, you know, fears and traumas and whatever else they've experienced in their life. You know, it has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. So maybe like go back to the little things when you feel like people are coming at you with things that their opinions about what you're doing, and just go and find your validation in the little things that you're doing and the little, you know, growth spurts that you have along this path in this journey. And you already are. I feel like you already are aligned with this energy. Like I said, like there's really no real exertion of effort here. It's just kind of flowing into it and receiving. So maybe you've already laid the groundwork, because we have waxing gibbous here, and so maybe you have kind of started all that groundwork, and it's just kind of like the final like flowing into the birth of this with a full moon energy coming up after waxing gibbous, and kind of everything just blooming into life. And it's like, okay, we've done all the groundwork, we've planted the seeds, and now we're just kind of waiting for everything to bloom. And it's like you already are, like you are blooming right now. Maybe you just don't realize it because it's so subtle, but take a look around. Maybe like write in your journal if it helps, like to take notes about, you know, signs that you see throughout each day or little subtle changes you notice, and then go back and read them, and then you're like, wow, damn, like a lot of stuff's been happening, you know, like so maybe try that. But you already are. So if you're worried about going from A to B, don't worry, you're like already there. You're just flowing there. I hope this makes sense, but that's the message that's coming across here. And I wouldn't worry too much with this devil energy on the back of the deck. I think that that just means that we're moving away from, you know, something that, like a period of time in our life that maybe we felt like chained up or like, you know, repressed, and we weren't really in our own power. And I feel like going on the spiritual journey is kind of clearing that energy away, because we have 2 star cards, and you have Temperance here and the World. So I feel like we're going into a great, fabulous new direction, and we're moving so far away from this Devil card being it's at the bottom of the deck here. It's the least important card of all in this reading, and that's how I'm going to take it. So I think that that's something that we've just moved away from, and we pile 2, you're moving away from, and you're moving into a much lighter, brighter, high vibe phase of your life. So if this resonates for you, I am so happy for you. Congratulations. I hope it's, you know, as awesome as you envisioned, and I hope everything really continues to come together for you, and you find relaxation and you know, the joy and all the growth that's coming in for you. So pile 2, I think that that's where I'm going to leave your reading. If you enjoyed, I would love your feedback in the comments, and if you like this reading, also to make sure you hit the like button and subscribe so that you get alerts when I post other readings, and I do plan on posting a lot more coming up as I have time to make the videos, hoping to do like maybe 1 or 2 a week to start off with. So and also too, I do private readings, so if you're ever interested in that, I will also put a link down in the description. All right, you guys, I will leave you here. Have a great night, day, whatever it is where you're at. It's night here right now, but yeah, enjoy, and I will see you soon. Bye. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. You selected the Wayhome Tarot and this beautiful double terminated amethyst crystal. So pretty. So to make sure that this pile resonates for you, let's look at your energy. So when I pull these cards, I ask Spirit, who is pile 3? So hopefully this gives us a little snapshot of your energy, or maybe what's going on around you right now before we jump into the tarot. So maybe you could see if this pile is going to resonate for you. If not, maybe try another pile. There is a card in here that we did get in pile 1. So maybe check that pile too. So let's get started. We have the World, and that's the card that was in pile 1 as well. Meerkat, Altruism, Divine Blueprint. We are unlocking the sacred knowledge embedded, in your DNA from your cosmic guardians. It's number 29. Reduces to 2. We have They Know Not What They Do. And First Quarter Moon. So let's take a look. So maybe you are looking at the Meerkat, the type of person that, you know, is all about friends, family, and community, and like helping out wherever you can. I feel like there's this desire to like always be helpful, always kind of take care of things, like always be the one to pull through. You know, there's like this loyalty involved, and this like selflessness kind of involved in what you do. A little bit, perhaps, maybe sometimes you might put others, you know, prioritize their needs before yours. if it's for the greater good of the community. So maybe you're just like more of a community focused person, or like a group or relationship focused person. And seeing the world here indicates to me that there is a level up for you. And I feel like there's a level up in all three piles. So maybe there's like some major collective leveling up going on right now. You know, it looks like there is a level up coming for you with the world here, you know, ending a chapter. Not even a chapter, but a level. Like I always like to, and I'm 36 years old, but I always think about video games when I'm looking at the tarot. I don't know why. But when I think of the world, I think of like, you know, beating a level and going on to the next level, and like maybe like Super Mario Brothers or something. And, you know, you're going into like a whole bunch of new experiences, a whole new cast of characters, new people, places, things. And it's a new level where you can further refine and hone your skill set that you've been building out through multiple levels that you've accomplished in your life up until this point. So with each, you know, new level, you know, maybe lessons become deeper or more difficult or challenging, or they just have a different flavor, and it gives you like a new way to further refine and sharpen your skill set as you grow through your life. So it looks like this new level up is coming for you. You have earned it. The universe gave it to you because you have earned it for sure. And I feel like it is calling upon you to have more independence, and to maybe go off on your own a little bit. Maybe start to put your needs before others. Maybe perhaps you felt the energy around you calling you in this direction. Maybe you've noticed that the people that you surround yourself with, maybe family, friends, community, whomever, maybe you've been in disagreement with a few recent decisions that have come up, or you know, like the mindset or the mentality of the group just kind of maybe isn't resonating anymore for you, and you'd kind of like to go off on your own. Maybe you're like, you know, I'm just not interested in that stuff anymore. It just doesn't bring me joy anymore. Or maybe you're like, man, I really think you guys are all jumping off a cliff here, and I am not going to be a part of it. That's what I get from they know not what they do. You know, there's people that are kind of determined to do things one way or another, and maybe it's not the best thing in the world, and maybe they know that, but they're ignoring it because they just want to do what they want to do. And maybe you're feeling like the people around you have been having that mentality recently. Maybe like you've noticed some selfishness. Maybe you feel like people have been taking advantage of your kindness and your dedication and loyalty and your willingness to support the group, and your selflessness. And perhaps, you know, you feel like you've been like pushed into situations that maybe are uncomfortable for you, or you know, you just kind of see them as like not worth your time, or maybe a bad idea, and people are asking you to like come along on the journey with them, and you're just like, I don't think so. So maybe you're feeling a pull away from like the people you've been surrounding yourself with, you know, up until this level up. So probably like the last few months or years. You could even say like you just feel maybe you're being drawn to like a higher vibration or different people, or maybe you're being called to be more independent at the moment and put your foot down and say, you know what, I'm not into that, and you guys can just go and do whatever you want to do, but I am seriously done, and I'm not participating, and I'm gonna go do me. Okay, thanks. So I just kind of feel like that's the general vibe here. And then here we have Divine Blueprint. You know, we're unlocking the sacred knowledge embedded in your DNA from your cosmic guardians. Like you might feel this pull that is, you know, you're starting to maybe feel more comfortable, or in more confident in being more independent and kind of separating from the safety of the group or the mentality. you know, that's kind of been the overarching theme of the group that maybe you've been running with. So you're feeling like these, maybe you're getting some downloads from the universe, maybe you're getting some information in your dreams that is kind of unlocking that more independent side of you where you can kind of separate from group and have this like stronger third chakra like identity of self, and you know, see, you know, where you end and where others begin, and you can clearly see the, you know, the boundaries of the energy and see how they differ, and maybe see the ways that they are similar too, but see, you know, more for this reading, see the ways that they differ, and you know, do you like that difference? Do you like the resonance of that group? Does it vibe with you? Does it jive with you? You know, I feel like you're starting to get those downloads that are allowing you to maybe see how the energy has been changing within you as you are leveling up. You guys, you're leveling up, so you're moving away from maybe some energy that just is not going anywhere, stale, stagnant, not supporting you. And you have big dreams, and we got to go get them, right? So I see you kind of pulling towards a more independent path actually at the moment. And the first quarter moon is all about, you know, the moon's obviously waxing and growing towards a full moon, and this is like the first half. I know it says first quarter, but it's really like the first half of the moon coming into and when it's waxing. Oh my gosh, I'm tongue-tied today. And that means that you may start to see some of your intentions set at the new moon, like starting to form, seeds starting to take root. So what that is telling me is that, again, this is like just the beginning for you, and maybe you can start to feel the energy shifting within you, and it's driving you to kind of shift, you know, priorities and where people fit in your life. Maybe you're doing a little reorganization like I'm doing with these cards right now, and you're just starting to get things done. You're just starting on this path, and things are starting to become clear, and maybe by the full moon things are going to become really clear for you. But yeah, it looks like you're just at the beginning of this, and you're just starting to get these downloads, and you're starting to see like, hey, maybe, why don't this cards like stay still? Maybe these people, what they're doing just doesn't really jive with me anymore. Maybe you're just like, it's really becoming abundantly clear at this point. Okay, so I'm going to jump into your cards. This is the Wayhome deck. I'm gonna set this over here, and I will shuffle them on camera. All right. And we're going to do 4 cards with 4 clarifiers. So, Spirit, what are the messages for pile 3? What are the messages for pile 3? We have 7 of Swords. The Hanged Man. This one wants to come out. 5 of Cups. Well, I only wanted 1, but we got 2, so I guess we'll take them both. We have Temperance, and then the Father of Cups reversed. All right, and then clarifiers. Spirit, give me a clarifier for the 7 of Swords, please. That's a lot, but I'm going to take the 8 of Swords that fell out first and upright, or face up here. All right. Spirit, clarifier for the Hangman. A lot of energy here. That's too many. Four of Swords. Reiterating that card. What Spirit, clarifier for Five of Cups, please. Five of Wands. Interesting, two fives. Spirit, clarifier for Temperance. Got Temperance in pile 2 as well. And Mother of Pentacles. We got her in pile 2 as well. Interesting. So maybe you might want to check that one too. And I have the Moon here at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Yeah, we're seeking clarity. Like, things are starting to become clear, but it's like we still are trying to make sense of information that is coming in, maybe through being receptive and like messages from Spirit, and trying to decipher those, trying to notice the subtleties and where the information is kind of nudging you and leading you. Sorry, my dogs are snoring back there. So we have the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Swords here, and it looks like there is some information that is still needs to be uncovered. Like, I feel like we got some of it, right? But there's still a lot that is not available to us yet. And again, I think that this is just reiterating that you are at the beginning of this journey. And there is still some more information that needs to come to light, to be uncovered. And I think perhaps, and this card also makes me think of doing some shadow work. So I think that maybe perhaps we have to do a little bit of some shadow work to kind of dig up these swords, this information that we need to kind of help us cut away, you know, what holds us into this group, any kind of cords holding us back, so that we can free ourselves and become more independent. And I think that there is a fear about that, a fear about uncovering things or diving into the shadow world to do some shadow work within the subconscious. So I think that, I mean, the Eight of Swords is like analysis paralysis, like analyzing something to the point of being completely frozen and not able to make a move forward. And it can also indicate imposter syndrome, like, you know, overanalyzing, you know, expectations and wants and needs of others to the point of where, you know, you can't perform because you feel like an imposter and you're not. So, you know, it's all up in your head. Swords have a lot to do with, swords talk about mentality, you know, conversations, intellect, you know, thoughts. And I feel like there's just an information in general. So I feel like there is just some information that needs to be uncovered. Perhaps maybe also too, the group that you're running with isn't completely honest with you or being honest with you. That's something to think about, or maybe you guys just aren't on the same page. But I just don't, I think that there's some information that needs to be uncovered probably, and I'm thinking more within. This card always makes me think of hidden information within, and shadow work for sure. This definitely feels like subconscious to me, and this is definitely consciousness. So we have the first bit, and we're getting the downloads, and at the very beginning. So I feel like there's more to come there. To accelerate that, I think that we need to find a way to get out of this Eight of Swords energy, and we'll pull some advice cards to see what Spirit has to say about that. But I think that there is like a little bit of analysis paralysis and maybe fear of going out on our own, or kind of looking at things that maybe keep us in the mentality of wanting to stay within the safety of a group. So just some things to look at there. Then we have the Four of Swords here with the Hanged Man. I mean, this energy is so in alignment, it's hilarious. The Four of Swords is all about kind of just cutting away the cell phone, the distractions, the busy, crazy world that's around you, and taking some time alone to heal and just chill and relax and receive and be, you know, still and in non-effort and just flowing. So, you know, go to the spa, lie on your sofa, order food in, don't do anything. Like, that's just like the kind of energy that that card screams out. And the Hangman is the same. The Hangman is suspended, you know, upside down so he can see a new perspective, and he is in non-movement, non-action. He is strictly receptive there, and it's by choice. He's not being forced to be there, you know, and he's waiting for a nod from the universe, you know, to where he can come back into movement again. And also too, the Hangman, and I like how it's illustrated here in the Wayhome deck. It's showing I don't want to say cocoon, chrysalis, and there's a butterfly in there developing. So that's you, pile 3. You are a butterfly developing right now. We're at the very beginning. So now is the time to kind of be receptive and just pay attention to the people around you and observe and be like, am I into that or am I not into that? And maybe like keep it in your journal. As silly as that might sound, you know, it's like kind of just, it's going to help you organize your thoughts and keep track of things. And you're like, what do I like about this? What do I not like about this? What did I notice today that is just kind of feeling kind of yucky or off with me, and about what other people around me are doing? And, you know, why do I find myself drawn to these people? That's going to be where the shadow work comes in, you know, digging deeper to find out why we're even in this situation, and what draws us to this situation. And, you know, that shadow work is all a part of kind of reformulating and doing that personal alchemy work to become this beautiful, you know, renewed butterfly. And the butterfly flies around independent, you know, and confident. So right now, yeah, I mean, there's this major development. There's this call to see things from a new perspective and to reevaluate kind of what's going around you. And you're being called to separate yourself from the group around you, whether it's friends, family, community, whatever. Whatever you have been surrounded with recently that's maybe starting to feel like it maybe just doesn't resonate anymore, that's your signal to kind of pull away, take some time, really start to do some shadow work, figure out maybe why you're drawn to these people, this energy. Maybe you're just growing apart, maybe you're raising your vibration, and you just don't see eye to eye anymore, and that's totally fine, that's totally normal, that's, you know, the flow of life. Nothing to feel bad about there, but, you know, if you don't resonate with this, you got to get out of the energy, because it's going to do nothing but frustrate you and drag you down and keep you from growing. And you got to grow by doing this shadow work too. And I feel like doing this shadow work may bring a separation. It may quicken the separation from this group, and that might be scary for you, because you might be really connected to these people. Maybe you've known them for a long time, and you just have, you know, those deep relationships that are really hard to step away from, even when they get, you know, I wouldn't say bad, but, you know, they just, the energy just doesn't feel like it resonates anymore. It's hard to step away sometimes, because, you know, you have that, you have a loyalty and a dedication, you're a loyal and dedicated person. It may be hard for you to step away from these people, but I do feel like you need to do some deep digging and shadow work to kind of really accelerate that download that's coming in and raising your vibration, to really understand, hey, why am I drawn to these people, and where am I headed, and to like pull up all the rest of these swords and to really get a great idea of, you know, how this all fits together, and find healing in that for yourself. Maybe there is healing with separating from this group and becoming independent. You know, I feel like that, I mean, look at the rainbow in the world, there's healing there as well with this level up. So you're leveling up into a butterfly. There's just some shadow work that needs to be done first, and you have to be quiet and separate from everybody, and spend some time to just kind of let your mind relax, calm the thoughts and just maybe do some like very simple evaluations. We have the Five of Cups and the Five of Wands, two cards that are not, you know, the funnest cards in the world. You know, the Five of Wands can indicate people working across purposes. It can also indicate like internal conflict and feeling like blocked, like the energy is maybe choppy, or like everywhere you go, like you're just kind of running into walls and doors. And that could be because you're not with your tribe anymore. Maybe your tribe is no longer your tribe. Maybe you've outgrown your tribe. And, you know, being in that energy is going to hold you back because it doesn't resonate with you. So you will feel like you're constantly running into doors, and you will feel like frustration with them, and you will feel like maybe they're at cross purposes with you sometimes. So something to think about there. And perhaps like this is just going to keep bringing in this energy of disappointment and missed opportunities. You're like, God, like, why am I always feeling like disappointed with these, like with this group of people, or maybe like things that happen as a result, or maybe you feel like you do miss opportunities, you know, because you're with these people. Maybe you have, you know, ideas that you want to bring to life and manifest, or, you know, endeavors that you want to chase down, and perhaps maybe they just don't see eye to eye with you there, and, you know, it's blocking you from those things, and you feel like, you know, you're losing out on these opportunities. But actually the good news is there's more opportunities for you out there, baby. You just have to get out of this mentality and separate from them. But I do feel like maybe more recently, and that's what's bringing this up, is you felt like maybe not supported in things that you want to do, and feeling like there's some missed opportunities as a result, and like maybe just feeling like this frazzled, like staticky energy kind of with other people in the group starting to bubble up. Temperance and the Mother of Pentacles. So Temperance talks about healing. It's Sagittarius energy, and it's about balance. It can also indicate that your guides are your guides are always nearby, but your guides are probably closer more now, because they know that you're going through a shift, and they're here to help you. So they're here to help you find healing and balance, and to work through this energy. There's a lot of healing here that I'm seeing. And also too with the Mother of Pentacles, to clarify that, that's like calling up, I think to find temperance, you're gonna have to do a lot of self-care and find like balance, find work-life balance. She's all about balance too. She's great with work-life balance. So practical matters, being better with time management, just kind of taking time to take care of yourself, feed yourself, you know, maybe start thinking about eating healthier to get your energy up, you know, just kind of embarking on the self-care that you need to really start to heal both mind and body and spirit, because you're working on spirit now with that, but let's do body here and mind, also doing mind here. But this is bringing you into alignment and into balance. And then the Father of Cups reversed. The way that the Father of Cups, or the King of Cups, which is water energy, she's earth energy. So the way that he's depicted in this card just seems like so hollow, which is odd, right? Because the King of Cups is normally like this really loving and caring guy, you know, with a lot to offer emotionally. But I guess, you know, most often he's also depicted on a island by himself. So he does kind of have this like facet to him that where he's like a little inaccessible sometimes emotionally. But, you know, he just seems so hollow in this card. And, you know, I think that the intent with the illustration is to show that he kind of wrestles with his emotions sometimes and maybe feels disconnected. And as a result, maybe he doesn't understand his emotions and is not able to offer them properly to others. So perhaps in that being reversed, I feel like that just like digs that interpretation even deeper. He's just not able to open up emotionally. And not saying that, I mean, this could be a person that's kind of maybe in the group that you maybe are butting heads with the most, or somebody that's maybe starting to cut themselves off from you, or maybe you just feel like you're not emotionally connecting into this group anymore. And it's like, you know, a mental connection is kind of fading. You're like, I don't really see eye to eye on what you're doing. And then I don't really feel like emotionally connected to you either. Like, I don't feel the joy, you know, that I used to feel when I would meet up with you, with anybody in the group or the group as a whole. So, you know, I just think that emotionally, physically, and mentally you are leveling up, and the energy is just starting to fall away, and you're not in full alignment with this group anymore, and you are going to continue to fall away from alignment. You're going to actually, I wouldn't say fall away, you're actually leveling up. They are falling away from you. So, you know, just keep working on that. Let's see if we can get some clarifiers here. Spirit, let's get some clarifiers for group 3. Stop and let it grow all around you for a little bit. Ooh, very Hangman, 4 of Swords. Non-effort, you guys. Get out of your own way. And that, okay, oh gosh. So, I want to put this here and this here, because this fits here for sure. Get out of your own way. Do some shadow work. Get out of your head. Stop like overthinking, analysis paralysis about all this. Just flow with the energy. Shift your perspective. Watch. Be receptive. You know, evaluate. See where the energy is flowing around you. You know, watch this group. See if, you know, things that they're continuing to do and say. You know, and how it feels. Does it continue to align with you? You know, I think you need to, this is calling us to evaluate us, pile 3, calling us to evaluate and calling us to do that shadow work, right? Look at the shadow here. You gotta dig down into the shadow work to work that out, to get some clarity and clarify some information that you need to proceed to move forward, and to just kind of, you know, gain some independence and learn a little bit more about yourself, and get more control over your life and your decisions too. Okay, one last one. Gratitude. So I think this is telling us to not like hate on these people, right? Have gratitude for them. I mean, they were there for you for a portion of your life, and you're learning from them. You're learning lessons. And to have gratitude for all of this, like even when you might feel like a doormat, or when you might feel like people are taking advantage of you, like be thankful that you have that recognition and that feeling, and you're like, damn, you know, I need to grow. I need to move on from this. And thank you for showing me that, you know, I have some work to do here. Just try to have gratitude in every situation. And I feel like that's going to help you keep your vibration high. Bottom of the deck, don't take it all too seriously. Again, gratitude. So, you know, don't take it personally. It's energy. It changes. People grow apart. I know sometimes it sucks when people have been in your life for a really long time. But people grow. Some people get stuck, some people grow, and it just kind of, things fall away naturally, and you are being led towards a new level of life where you're going to meet a whole bunch of new people that will vibrate at your frequency, which is much higher. And I think you're just going to be generally all around happier, and be thankful for this experience and this growth that's coming in. Like, you're going to an awesome place, you guys. So I wish you all the best, pile 3. This looks really good for you. I'm excited. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, evening, whatever it is where you're at this point in time. If you enjoyed the reading, I would love for you to leave a comment below, hit the like button, subscribe. I will be trying to post these regularly from now on. So hit subscribe to get alerted when new videos get posted. And if you ever want to book a private reading, I also do that, and details are down below in the description. So, all right, pile 3, again, have a good night and good luck with this. I wish you all the best. See you later.